Hey guys, Sundown here. This is my chapter review to My Hero Academia, Boku no Hero Academia 198. At times, one must stop and analyze the current situation. It's essential. Now, as you can probably tell, I've lost my beard. Explanations for that another time. I really don't have time to explain that right now. Just know that I felt my beard wasn't really that healthy, so I cut it off and I'm going to regrow it. So, not too big, hopefully. I mean, it looks kind of weird at the moment, but it's something that I'll get used to and you'll get used to as well. But actually talking about the chapter. So the chapter starts with Aizawa and all the students of 1A who are fighting. So Suyu and the rest of them, Kaminari, they're all talking about how they could have performed better in their task to capture the Team B or Class B individuals during this kind of fight session, and basically they were told to put each other in a prison and all that kind of stuff. So we even have Shinso, who's there talking about how he's frustrated about the fact that he couldn't use his binding cloth technique or master the binding cloth technique so quickly. And Aiza was like, bro, it took me ages to completely master this, so it's not something you're gonna get. So then we have Midnight kind of orgasmic mode, and it's really weird. But so everyone's kind of focused on how they're going to develop. Kirishima is focused on luring people into close combat type situations. Koda is just told you're well aware of your weak points, so you need to improve your communication with insects and stuff like that. Kaminari, he's told he's being far too careless and he needs to kind of work on using his abilities without taking out his comrades. And Suyu is told that rather than dwelling on her mistakes, she needs to work on her ability to respond rapidly. So work on being a better improviser in random situations and cover for your teammates. Meanwhile, Class B are just kind of scolded, and they all know where they went wrong as well. And we even have Monoma come up to them and say, if you had a specific team leader. Actually, no, this is their teacher saying that, Mr. Vlaking. He's like, if you had a specific team leader, either Shiozaki or Shishida, you would have won because you would have all rallied behind that one person, but you didn't, and that's where you lost. And Monoma just comes in, he's like, he just tells him about how Shiozaki can't really lie to people. She's not a liar, and he just goes on talking about that. And Shiozaki here actually made me laugh because she says, "May the fires of hell absolve you of your sins," and I was like, Dante's Inferno? Where did this come from? But so Monoma just continues doing his thing, but he's actually really hyped to be working with Shinso next. And obviously Deku sees this and he's like, alright, we need to come up with some ideas on how we're going to combat the team we're up against. So his team sits down with Mineta and Mina and all that, and I think Jaco's with them as well, so that should be fun. And all the other teams kind of just sit down and get together and start to plan what they're going to do. And Midnight is just in her orgasmic form again. She's the guy sensei of this manga. She's like the green and ripe springtime of youth, and obviously All Might's just like, it's winter, what are you talking about? So but he also notes the fact that these classes are moving very quickly in terms of developing how they're going to move forward as a unit and how they're going to move forward individually and things like that. So Vlaking then calls All Might and Midnight, and he's like, what did you guys think of Shinso? What did you think of his abilities? And All Might says it straight. He's just like, he did pretty well. He didn't look timid at all. He fit himself in, and the fact that he's frustrated with his performance is only a good thing, because it shows he's going to move forward. He's going to strive onwards and really try and make the best of his situation, which is it's a good point. And then we have the main part of the chapter, which is I think it's the team twos. So we have Aoyama, Invisible Girl, Tokiyami, and Yao Yorozu versus Kendo, Kurohiro, a guy called Fukidashi, and Komori, which is like this mushroom looking girl. She's like from Super Mario or some shit, I don't know. So at this point, we have Kendo going up to Yao Yorozu, asking her why she didn't enter the beauty pageant and stuff like that. And essentially, she just tells her, usually we're paired up because of our internship together, and people always talk about us together. But I've always wanted to duke it out with you, because secretly, she's been kind of rivaling against her in her own heart. So because she feels like she's someone with a better quirk, and someone possibly on maybe just a little bit, she feels like she might be someone who's just a little bit above her, so that's a good healthy rivalry to have. And she essentially challenges Yao Yorozu. She's like, I want to duke it out with you. And then we have Kurohiro going up to Tokoyami, the two edge lords, just he's like, oh, you're just like me. And Tokoyami's just like, your quirk is black integration. The first time we've heard of it, he can move within anything black. He can freely move within anything black. So obviously these two edgelords are going to go at it. And I loved how Tokiyami here, he's just like, so you too understand the majesty of the abyss. And I was like, what? These guys are so edgy. So their fight starts, and we have Kendo and her team getting ready. And we're told here that Kendo is essentially the class president of Class B. And if it wasn't for her, everyone would have been indoctrinated by Monoma and like really just hated on Class A. And she's essentially the big sister of Class B. And we already got that vibe from her, the way she kind of controls the class, the way she controls Monoma, essentially. And that's who Kendo is. So yeah, she's essentially the big sister, the class president of Class 1B. So, and she's also we're also told that she's very good at making decisions on the fly. Something I think will come in very, very handy in this particular situation, in this particular test between the classes. And it's at this point that we have how the hell have I forgotten his name? Forget that guy. So Kendo goes on, and their teams kind of just gather together, and then we have Tokiyami's his shadow just run straight out towards, and it's a huge one. It's really, really far away from Tokiyami as well, and it goes straight towards Team B. And I knew straight away that it was going to be Kurohito was going to have to do something, because we were just told about his quirk. So he says, "Here I go," and then we go back to Class 1A, and you have Yaoyorozu, Aoyama, and stuff, and Tokiyami just chilling. Obviously, we can't see Invisible Girl. And it's at this point that Tokiyami realizes that someone is within his dark shadow. And he gets hit by his own dark shadow, gets sent reeling. And then Kurohito, was it Kurohito? Yeah, Kurohito just jumps out from inside his shadow. And he actually then evades an attack by Yaoyorozu and goes into this like blackened beam. And we're told he can merge once again into anything black. But it's also something else he can do. After improving his quirk, he can now move. He's able to move the black things that he's merged with if they're able to move themselves. So if they have the potential to move, he can move them. And that's pretty cool. I thought that was that's something unique. I mean, like, that's why he was able to control the shadow. So that's essentially how the chapter ends. It's Kurohito challenging Tokiyami to like a kind of all-out fight. He's like, we're gonna fight this out. And Tokiyami just thinking in his head, he's just like, yeah, this is my natural enemy, so I accept your challenge. And I was like, oh my god. But the best part here is the fact that Tokiyami says he's going to use his new technique, which he devised under the tutelage of Hawks. Is a technique called Black Fallen Angel, and I can't wait to see this. It's going to be mad. It's going to be absolute madness. So I think that's about it, really. I mean, the only other thing was let me just try and see. Yeah, the only other thing was that Todoroki, that was the name I was looking for. My God, or Shoto. He actually mentions that Yaoyorozu has a battle plan against Team 1B. Or maybe he overheard it, maybe they were just sat next to her and he kind of listened in on what they were saying, but she seems to have an idea of what she wants to do, and this is where really we have a plan, but we're going to see the advantages of having a plan versus the advantages of thinking on the fly, which is what Kendo can do. So I think Team 1B might be able to pull this out, but we do have a strong team in Yaoyorozu. Tokiyami. Aoyama is a bit of a... I'm not too sure about Aoyama unless he's improved significantly. And then we have Invisible Girl, who really hasn't done much, and I'm hoping this is like her time to shine. And she actually pulls her weight and carries some of the weight of Team or Class 1A. So let me know what you guys thought of this review. Let me know what you guys thought of this chapter. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Apologies for the missing beard. It'll come back eventually, hopefully. That's all I can say, really. So let me know what you guys thought, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys on Monday night or Tuesday night, hopefully, for my Nanatsu no Taizai review, following on from last week's awesome chapter with King versus Mayo. So all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in a bit.